Hey guys, this is Sharad with REsimpli, bringing you J.W. Epstein on this call to share his experience using REsimpli with us. JW, welcome to the call. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you, Sharad.
Where do you live, JW, and what market do you invest in, and what kind of investing do you do?
Sure. Yeah, no, I'm in Amarillo, Texas. I do a little wholesaling nationwide, but I primarily invest here locally in Amarillo. I've got multiple rentals, do a few hotels, a few fix and flips occasionally. Do a few I have a few notes as well.
And how long have you been investing for?
Almost 3 years.
Almost 3 years. Great. Wow. And what's your current team size?
Me, myself, and I. You're looking at him.
That's amazing. So you have a nationwide wholesaling. You're doing a little bit of apartments, hotels with you.
No apartments, no hotels, all single family
All single.
residents. I've got 20 rentals. I think about 6 or 7 notes. Um,
Okay, notes. Yeah. Sorry.
yeah, and then I get nationwide leads and wholesale just to help fund the rental business.
That's what it's all about, right? Get passive income in the long term.
Yeah.
And do you mind sharing how many deals are you doing per month or per year?
Yeah, I'm due the last 2 years I've done 30 around 30 to 34 deals each year. So far this year I've done 30 30 to 34 so
Wow,
far this year
that's
already.
amazing. That's
Thank you.
amazing for like a one-man team. I love that.
Yeah, thanks.
Just super lean business. And what are the primary marketing channels you're using in your business?
I do a little pay per click, and then primarily it's pay per lead, but I do a little pay per click. I've got some SEO running or
Okay.
working as well. That's not bringing in a ton of leads, but trying to move that channel. And I'm also on television.
Okay, great. Television just in your local Texas market?
Yes, just local Texas market. Nationwide, I just have
PPL, yeah.
PPL
Okay.
nationwide. So.
Yeah. Okay. No, that sounds great. I love that. I think you're the first person that I've met who's a solo investor doing TV ads, doing nationwide. So it's amazing. Congratulations on all the success.
Yeah,
You've been
thanks.
investing for 3 years. How long have you been using Recently for?
Little over a year now.
Okay. And what platform do you switch from? You don't have to name it if you don't feel
I,
comfortable.
I really didn't have one. I was using pen and paper
Oh,
for the
you were?
longest time. I mean, I would, yeah. I mean, I just follow up as something would come on my mind. I'd use Google. I'd use my phone to make notes and remind myself to call somebody. And the PPL providers. I mean, they have a basic CRM there. I
Yeah.
mean, it's not the best, but yeah, I was leaving lots of deals on the table, not being able to
Yeah, I can
effectively follow up.
see like what you did last year. You've already closed that in the first 6 months of the year. So definitely like having a good system and process around your business like made a world of difference.
Hmm.
I mean, coming from pen and paper, like at what point you're like, okay, this is not gonna work. I mean, you were doing incredibly well just with pen and paper, like 30 odd deals a year. But like what led you to looking for a system?
I mean, I've always known that I needed a system, but it's what came first, the chicken or the egg. I mean, there's
Right.
when you're starting out, I mean, your money's going to leads and I mean there's expenses and rentals always have something going on, so you're just trying to figure out that break. But I had a deal earlier this year as one of the very first leads that I got, and it was 2 years after the fact. The people called me. Why they called me? Because I did not do a very good job of following up with them. They just happened to call me. I would like to say I made an impression on them. I really don't know, but they called me and said, "Hey, are you still interested in our house?" And went over and made the deal work. So there were lots of deals that I knew that I was missing. Just
Right.
not being able to touch, make those touches periodically.
Yeah, absolutely. So when about a year ago, when you decided to look for a system in your business, there's like tons of other options. Like what led you to choose Recently over other softwares?
it really is the simplest. I've from my previous background, I was in the car business, so I was familiar with CRMs. And I was fortunate enough to have some very high powered CRMs with where I was working. So I knew kind of what I was looking for. But ReSimpli is exactly that. It is simply. I mean, it's not complicated. I did try out some others. For the trial basis, in the meantime. And it was just complicated and clunky. I mean, I opened ReSimpli up the first time, and I don't know everything that's in there. It's got a ton of things that can be done, and I haven't mastered it by any stretch, but it is so simple to use just out of the box. And if there's ever a question, support is always there as well.
All right. Speaking of support, how was the onboarding process for you when you joined recently?
It was good. I think it's much better now if we just want to be, completely candid. Yeah, I think it was good. I mean, I had the videos, and they were helpful. I mean, I will say they weren't needed. I mean, I needed them for a few little things, but now as far as support, I mean, I can't say enough about support now. I would say probably in the last 3 months, it's just come miles. Y'all have done
Yeah.
a ton of work there. I mean, support was always quick to respond, but I mean, you want to talk about super quick to respond now, and then
Yeah.
the option of having a Zoom call if you're needing some technical help. I'm not very technical. I struggle with tech quite a bit, so I've got plenty of questions.
Yeah, no, we totally understand that. And I appreciate you being candid. That's something we've put in a lot of effort, and there's a lot of other things we're rolling out with support over next 2, 3 months. We've like tripled our support team. We keep telling our team the most important thing that people care about is they get the right information in the shortest period of time. Like that's all that matters. Everything else beyond that is we're going above and beyond, but at a minimum, give them the correct information in the shortest amount possible. That's what people care about. So I appreciate you noticing the difference in last year or so. And would you say has recently helped you achieve your goals that you set up about a year ago at the beginning of the year that you had?
Yeah, I think definitely. I mean, it's helped. I mean, to have a spot where you can put things, to put things in. I mean, obviously, any system is garbage in, garbage out. I mean, you're only gonna. I mean,
100%.
you've got to be able to use it. You've got to know how to use it. You've got to continue to learn and grow. I mean, just like you said, you're bringing new things out, and you got to, figure out how to implement those, and you've still got to be able to be organized within your CRM. So I think it makes it super simple on that side of things. I would like to see and I think it's coming, but the capabilities of having a second page per se, or have where the tabs are, where everything's organized in there, having a separate spot that would be helpful for me just to differentiate, some leads where I'm working through those.
Yep. No, we have that coming next month. I believe we're testing it
Okay.
right now.
Okay.
Yeah, that should be coming next month.
Perfect.
And what were some of the biggest differences that you noticed in your business once you went from kind of, using a pen and paper system to using ReSimpli in your business? Were there any
Yeah.
tangible benefits that you immediately noticed?
Well, able to keep track of things versus, I mean, I was texting people from my cell phone. I was making calls on my cell phone. I had no way to keep track of when the last time I called them was. I mean, who, what, I'd have to go through, and without listing them in my phone as a contact, I mean, I'd have to, search, and it was very clunky, very cumbersome. Now I just, I keep my task updated. I go look at that task. I'm like, okay, I called them 2 days ago. Here was the conversation. I can listen to the conversation if need be, if I didn't take good notes. Being able to have those calls recorded if you need to go back and listen to something if something was missed, a record of text messages. I mean, I can go on and on, but just the organization of having everything in one spot versus having to stop and look for it has made me way more efficient.
Yeah, absolutely. And now with the new notification center that we have, like for me, I have a couple of people on my team. I just feel like just going into the notification, I get caught up with everything that I need to do. So I'm like in and out, just like staying on top of that communication also. Which features of REsimpli do you find the most valuable?
I think just the text feature in there. I mean, being able to get a notification when I need to. There's certain people that I need a reminder when I need to call. I mean, just me. I mean, I can't sit here at my desk all day. I mean, I've got other things I've got to go, make calls. I mean, I've got to go check on projects. So, if I need to call somebody at 4 o'clock, I mean, to set up and get an alert. Hey, listen, you need to do this. I mean, I can get that alert. I can make that call. I call from my phone. I don't have to have a laptop with me. I mean, everything is, and I could operate from my cell phone if need be. So, those are the things that are helpful to me. That are not in some other platforms that are very helpful.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. What are your future goals and how do you see REsimpli helping you achieve those goals? Like if you look ahead, like, next 18 months to 3 years, what are your goals that you have in your business?
Yeah, absolutely. I look to grow. I want to be able to grow the nationwide aspect, and there's only so much that one person can do. So to be able to have a team and make assignments. I mean, I'm already getting to that spot with just the leads that I have right now. I mean, there's only so much that I can get done in a day. So to be able to assign that to someone. I can check on what they're doing. I don't have to be in the same spot to them. I can check what they have done or what they haven't done,
Right.
all in one spot. And I'm trying some of that out right now. So it's a growing process. But yeah, I think that's where it's going to be helpful is just have everything centralized. I can look and see what everybody's doing and make sure they're doing what they're supposed to do.
And is there anything particular about REsimpli you think sets it apart from other softwares out there? I know you said simplicity. Is there anything else that you feel like sets it apart?
I mean, I think the service is, I mean, customer service, especially for me. I mean, I've got tons of questions and, a lot of times I can just send an email, and the team is going back to just to piggyback what you said. I mean, just a response that someone has seen what I have sent in versus, sending an email and not knowing when you're going to hear something back. I mean, the team's responsive. Hey, we've got it. We're working on it. That's comforting. I mean, it's kind of peace of mind. I mean, that it has been received, and somebody's going to get back with you, and just the responsiveness to know that it's being worked on.
Finally, what would you say to someone who's listening to this or watching this and they're on the fence about using REsimpli in their business?
Oh, I mean, I think it's the best decision that I've made. I mean, from a tool standpoint, there's certain tools you've got to have in this business, and from a CRM tool standpoint, I mean, it's the best thing that I've done. I mean, again, anything's better than pen and paper. um, but again, I did try some other platforms out, and when you start using something, I mean, if it takes you 2 weeks to figure out how to use it, you just lost 2 weeks of productivity. Um,
Absolutely.
I can say from the time that I signed up with ReSimpli, I mean, there was no real learning curve. There were challenges. I mean, there were to figure out how to work different components, but it didn't set me back in what I was doing. I mean, it's a 20 to 30 minute fix. Send an email. If I need some help, I mean, hop on a Zoom call, and it's taken care of, and I just move on with my day.
Yep. Awesome. JW, thank you so much for coming on the call and sharing your experience. If someone listening to this or watching this wants to connect with you and learn more about your journey, what's the best way for them to do that?
Call me, text 806-681-5167.
Cool.
You can reach me at jw@jdubbuysHouses.com. That's my email. That's the best way. But yeah, I
Perfect.
mean, phone is probably ideal. Sometimes I'll scroll through those emails and not know what it is.
Yeah, I'm the same way. So we'll make sure we put a links to those in the recording. Thank you so much, JW, for coming on the call and sharing your experience. Really appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you, Sharad. Appreciate it.
Thanks.